Public for Tomorrow and curate the space here in Laguna, 210 Art Space.
When children find our buried bones, I wonder if they'll ever know.
So, Artists for Public for Tomorrow is a concept that I came up with after doing the IAB snowboarding, or while I was doing the IAB snowboarding art tour. And I really wanted to do something where I could give back to a lot of the artists that contributed to that show. And I have a small background in PR and writing, having a degree in journalism. So I wanted to start to create a network where I could support artists that are working hard to make a name for themselves by providing places for them to show, a gallery space, pop-up spaces, as well as PR work and a website. So that's basically what it is. It's just a growing group of friends and artists that are kind of working together to support each other, and they work individually too. I mean, most of the people we work with have they're doing their own projects and their own careers, but they come back and donate time to this concept of a group of artists working for tomorrow, inspiring each other, inspiring young people, inspiring older people to have a bright future, have art in their future, have a strong sense of community. The idea came from one day actually at Disneyland, and in the front of the park they have these great old posters, the old Tomorrowland posters and old ride features, and they're all that standard 30 by 40 poster size. And I had been working with multiple graphic design teams over the course of a few years when we were doing traveling art shows, and even with this space since we opened in May, we've had several different graphic designers contribute talents for ads and flyers and so forth, which is also vital to us. And I really wanted to do a show where I could work with some of these guys on a more artistic level. I love them all. And it just kind of clicked when I saw the old monorail Tomorrowland poster. I thought, that's it. We need to do a show where we do an updated version. We give them the task or the challenge of coming up with their version of the future, whatever that be.
We can learn a lot together, even if we're not together. I am glad I found you. The ether lays out together. I prefer the darker weather. I want my arms around you.
The only rule I gave them, the only guideline was that each piece needed to be a specific size, the 30 by 40 vertical, because I knew I wanted the show to have a specific uniform look, so that each one of their ideas or their images could shine rather than having distractions of different sizes. But I also kind of said, I'd rather see, if you needed some more guidelines, instead of doing real dark doom and gloom future type visions, that I almost think can be somewhat easy, especially today when people are so worried about different conspiracy theories and the end of the world. And, there's a lot of darkness already. I think it's almost more difficult to come up with something that's not necessarily a rosy future, but maybe a different technological advancement or something dealing with fashion or something different that you wouldn't normally see that's outside of the kind of dark, intense future. So I hinted at that, but I still said, do whatever you want. It's fine. Go wherever you want. And so most of them came up with some kind of witty and sarcastic stuff, which I think is really great. Most pieces don't have a big shock factor to them. So they're very interesting, they're very detailed. We've had a great response to this show. But I think that's with any gallery, right? I mean, we have a lot of people that come in here that say they're so tired of the typical landscape artwork and thank you so much for being here and having new art. But that doesn't mean that any of the plein air artists or what some of the other galleries are doing doesn't discount them at all. They have brilliant artists. It's just all tastes, right? one last thing that I did want to talk about was how much respect I have for graphic designers and commercial artists, because they are the ones that really shape the way we see the world. From images that we see on store shelves, to billboards, to movie posters, to pretty much everything. Like I was just saying, their art and their design, they make the color that we see, they show us what typography looks like. I mean, they make the world look the way it is, you know. And most of these guys will remain nameless, you know, even though they have a bigger impact than a lot of artists that are out there. There are brilliant and legendary, but some of these guys that are alive today that are shaping the world that we live in today and leading us into the future, you know, I have a lot of respect for them, and a lot of them are such creative people and such brilliant artists and brave, you know, because theirs is the work that doesn't get the glory, but I don't know, maybe isn't always as creative. They don't get to be outside the box as much as they could with this show, and that's why I think this show is cool. You know, but these guys are making an impact on the way we see the world. It's just the way it is.